Problem solving with ratios. Excellent Environmental estimates that a pond contains 3,000 fish. Some are catfish, some are perch, the rest are bass. After testing samples by dragging a net through the pond, they determined that the ratio of catfish to perch to bass is 2 to 5 to 3. Okay? So, when the scale factor is 1, catfish are 2, perch are 5, bass are 3, and the total number of fish is 10. Easy enough? Okay, so when the scale factor is 2, how am I going to figure out how many catfish there's going to be? Multiply by 2. So I've got 4, 10, 6, and 20. That easy. So when the scale factor is 3, what have I got? 6, 15, 9, and 30. When it's 4, I've got 8, 20, 12, and 40. Okay, let's see something here. How can the catfish be represented using X? Two X, very good. And perch? 5X. So this is 2X. The perch would be 5X. The bass would be what? 3X. Okay. So, what have we got here for total fish? We would show 2X plus 5X plus 3X up here in the table, which is going to be 2X plus 5X plus 3X. Now, if the scale factor was 300, what would I put for catfish? How many catfish are there? 600. And perch? 1,500. And bass? 900. So total fish is what? 3,000. Very good. Okay, so my equation, because remember an equation has to have an equal sign, right? So my equation now is 2x plus 5x plus 3x is equal to 3,000. Find the number of each type of fish in the pond. Well, we've kind of done that by doing the table up there, but if you didn't have the table, if you hadn't figured it out, then you only had this equation. This is how we would solve it. 2x plus 5x plus 3x is equal to 3,000. So now 2 plus, they all have x's as their coefficient. I mean, they're variable. So as long as the variable is the same, we can combine the coefficients. So 2 plus 5 is 7 plus 3 is 10 is equal to 3,000 divided by 10. I get x is equal to 300. And if I know that x equals 300, then I can say catfish is equal to, what was the catfish represented by? 2x, correct? So if catfish is 2 times 300, that would give me 600 catfish. And perch was represented by 5x. So 5 times 300, and I would have 1,500. And then bass, which is 3 times 300, would give me 900 bass. So if I was just given an equation, or I had to come up with an equation based on some information that they gave me, I could still do this and figure out without the table, okay? All right, not bad, is it? So let's look at the next one. The ratio of two integers is 17 to 13. Their sum is 390. So how can the smallest integer be represented using x? Well, which one is going to be the smallest if your ratio is 17 to 13? The second. So I could do 13x, couldn't I? Okay. What about how can the largest be done? 17x, huh? So write an equation showing how to find the two integers whose sum is 390. So I've got 13x plus 17x is equal to 390. So now it says find the two integers. Well, how can we do this? How much is 13 and 17 together? 30. So I've got 30x is equal to 390, right? Divide both sides by 30, and I get x is equal to what? What? 30 goes into 390, how much? 13 times. Remember, your zeros are going to cancel out, Luis, okay? All right, that only gives you 39 divided by 3. Okay, so the smallest integer, okay, I'm going to do what? 13 times, I'm sorry, what did I do here? I put 130 because I was talking while I was talking to you. It's only 30. Okay, so 13 times 30, which is equal to what? Hector, what's 13 times 30?
It's 13 plus, not 30.
Oh my goodness, what am I doing here? I am going off. So it's 13 times 13. So sorry. My bad. 13 times 13, which is what? 169. Thank you, Hector Brennan. Okay. And the large number would be 17 times 13, which would be, I know this is going to be a whole nother world for 9th period. Kate, 221, and we're going to do a check. So our check is going to be 169 plus 221, and 9 plus 1 is 0, and 6 plus 2 is 9, plus 1 is 0, and 4. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, I made a mistake. Oh my gosh, I can't even add this morning. This is 0, carry 1. This is 9, not 10, and this is 2, 3, because I wouldn't have that one up there, 390, so it checks. I'm so sorry. My brain is not working well today, is it? Aunt Aggie never had children, so she has decided to divide her upper ranch of 7,200 acres between her sister's 18 children. Woo! And her brother's 12 children. Can't imagine.
A lot of children.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine one woman having 12, let alone 18? Oh.
Maybe some of them are
They
not
must be from Arkansas.
More than like 5.
Think about how many years it would take a woman to have 18 children. She'd be pregnant her whole...
Maybe some of them are adopted.
Well, we can hope.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. If Aunt Aggie uses the ratio of her sister's children and her brother's children to divide up the 7,200 acres of land, how much land will her sister's children receive, and how much land will her brother's children receive? Okay. So, let's do this. We've got sister to brother. What is the ratio of sister to brother?
18 to...
Children, anyway. Sisters to brothers' children. I guess we should put sisters. I could do children to brothers' children. And the ratio is what? 18 to 12. Okay? And you can write ratios. Do you guys know the different ways you can write ratios? Yes or no? Anybody?
I have a fraction.
3 ways. Okay, yes, as a fraction, 18 to 12 is one way. Okay, another way would be 18 with your colon to 12, and the other one is 18 to 12. Okay. Okay. So, how many total acres is 7,200? All right, so let's see here. So, 18x plus 12x is equal to 7,200. Add 18 and 12, and we get 30x is equal to 7,200. Divide both sides by 30. And we get x is equal to, John.
240.
You done? 240. Go ahead and just turn it upside down and leave it on my desk. Thank you. Okay, thanks for coming in and getting that taken care of too. All right, so x is going to equal 240. So her sister, how are we going to figure out sisters? 240. And sisters' kids are going to split how many acres? No, 18 times 240. 4,320. And brother's kids are going to do 12 times 240, which is how much? Oh, Jalen got you again. 2,880. And if we were to check that, we would take 4,320 plus 2,880 is equal to 7,200, and that is correct, and so that's our check. Now, my question. Would you rather be a brother's child or a sister's child?
Brother.
Really? How many acres will each brother's children get? They get the same. Isn't that interesting?
I'd still rather be brother.
I'd still rather be
Why?
brothers.
And see, you had to check it though, didn't
Yeah.
you? Okay. Remember, these are ratios. That's why she did it the way she did it, so that every child would get the same. If she gave, I guess you could have just said,
Halved it and then gift.
right, if she halved it and gave it away, then that wouldn't be the same, would it? Okay? Alright, so there you go.
240 acres is still a lot of acres, though.
240 acres is pretty big.
Honestly, I'd rather be the brothers
That
child
is-
because it has less siblings. I can barely deal with mine.
Alright, this is a famous question. The sides of a triangle have the lengths of the ratio 3, 5, and 7. The perimeter is 90 centimeters. Find the length of the sides. So we have a triangle, and I'm telling you, anytime they give you something where you have a shape or something like that, my suggestion is that you draw it. So we have 3, 5, and 7. Okay? It doesn't really matter. I drew kind of something that looked like an equilateral triangle. That probably wouldn't work, would it? Would probably be better to draw something like this. And I could do 3, 5, and 7. That probably is more realistic drawing of that triangle, but I really don't care. I just want to note that there's 3 different sides, okay? My perimeter is 90 centimeters. So, how do I find the perimeter of any shape? Add all the sides. So I could just add 3, 5, and 7 and I would figure it out? No. What would I need to do?
You had to sit up and equate.
I need to set up an equation. So, I'm going to do 3x plus 5x plus 7x is equal to 90. I'm letting x represent the number of centimeters, aren't I? Each side is. Okay. All right, so I've got 8 and 7 is 15x is equal to 90. And divide both sides by 15, x is equal to 6. So I will write up here, let x equal number of centimeters. Okay. So let's see the sides. I've got one side, I'll call it number 1. It's going to be 3x, right? So 3x, this is going to be 3x, 5x, 7x. I guess I could have represented it that way. It would have been better. So 3 times 6 is how much? 18. Number 2 is 5 times 6, which is 30. And number 3 is 7 times x, which is 42. And if I wanted to do a check, I could do 18 plus 30 plus 42 is equal to 90. And when I add all those together, I do get 90 is equal to 90. Therefore, my answer is correct. Okay. Alrighty, here we go. Stop.